Hey ho! Hi, you guys. It's Let's Talk Tuesday, and it is Tuesday, May 19th. And I checked before I said that because, I tend to get the dates wrong, but I'm excited that you're here. And I was thinking about, what do we want to talk about tonight? And I thought, we need to do some monologues. We haven't in a very long time. And so we have four wonderful, brave souls who emailed me right away and signed up. So, yeah, we get to see some great talent and just talk about, what stands out and how to make the most of those moments we get. Hi, Valerie. Great to see you. Hi, Christopher. Hey, Adam, always good to see you. So glad you're here. So yeah, we have four different people, two men and two women. And I honestly don't know their monologues or exactly what they're going to be saying. I got a little bit of a summary when they emailed me, but other than that, it'll be a surprise to me and to you. So, hi, Rosie. Hi, Angela. Hi, Allie and Carolyn. Great to see you guys. Hi, Kathy. Love having you all here. We're technically international because we have Angela from Canada. So, hey, Let's Talk Tuesday is going international. I love it. So I'm going to, hi, Grace. I'm going to have us just jump in because I want to have as much time for each person as we can and do some redirects. Hi, William. Good to see you. You're stuck in the car driving. Baseball game for the grand dudes are exhausting. But you're being a good grandpa. So that's good. That's great. Those are memories that will mean a lot to them and will matter to them. So, okay, so let's just jump in with a bang and start with our very first monologue for tonight. And I'll let him introduce himself to you once he joins. Well, hello.
Hi, Beverly. Thank you.
Hi, brave soul, ready to jump in. I just love it. And your enthusiasm was so fun. I really appreciated that.
Listen, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be able to put up this amazing work that we all do in front of you and in front of all the people out there to get good constructive feedback and continue to grow in this art. I'm humbled to be here. And I'm Christopher Smith. For those of you that may not know me, I am a real life flight nurse paramedic on a life flight helicopter. I've worked in EMS and pre-hospital medicine for about 25 years. Humans are my passion. It's what I love. And if I've got anything to do with it, we're going to love people and we're going to change the world by touching people's hearts. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm ready to give you guys a little taste of something that I wrote. It's very personal to me and personal to the industry for which we work in. Sometimes people handle things and handle stress in an unhealthy way, and I think there's a healthy way to handle stuff. So I don't want to give it away, but I wrote this monologue several years ago. I got to perform it in Los Angeles, and it had a great receiving. So I hope you guys love it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, anytime you're ready, take your time.
Sure. Thank you so much. Julie, she didn't want to go, you know. She wanted to stay home with a puppy, Lily. We just got her a week ago. I was up for award, Paramedic of the Year. So I convinced her to go anyway. She made me promise her one thing. She made me promise her that I wouldn't drink. Everything was going great until I started hearing some of my colleagues talk about me behind my back. And then, of course, you know what happened. 1 whiskey, 2 whiskey, 3 whiskeys, and I was drunk. Stumbling and slurring all over the place. Julie looked at me and she said, "Honey, let's go home." taking care of me, taking care of us like she always had. We walked outside and it just started to rain. She had the car keys. Somehow I convinced her to let me get behind the wheel of the car. I put the key in the ignition, I put the car in reverse, and then I put it in drive and I got out on the road. I reached over to turn the radio up. Our favorite song had come on. The right wheel ran off the road and I jerked the car back to the left and we started flipping. I could still hear her scream. I woke up, I was underwater. I couldn't really feel. I looked for her, I couldn't find her. I got out of the car, I swam back to the bank. And I heard my wife. I heard my wife call my name. I walked up the hill and there lay my wife in the middle of a road. She was covered in blood. I pleaded with God for him to take me and not take her. Please. But he didn't. He didn't take me. And my wife whispered to me as she was taking her last breath that she forgave me. She forgave me. I couldn't save your daughter, Catherine, because I could never save myself. Scene.
Good. Okay. I don't want to pull you out of that place because I'm going to have you do it again. So you're talking to your mother-in-law, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. How soon after the event are you talking to her?
Probably like 6 hours. I'm in jail.
Okay. So she's come to visit you in jail?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you suppose she's come to you in jail?
What happened?
Okay.
The truth.
Okay. Is this the first time that you're telling someone the events moment by moment
Yes.
that happen?
That's correct.
Okay.
I don't give any detail to any police officers or anyone that's hurt.
Okay. So with that in mind, what is do you know she's coming to visit you, or did you just get told there's someone here to see you and you walk in and you realize it's her?
Yes.
What's the first thing that goes through your brain when you see her?
The first thing to go through my brain, I need her to forgive me.
Okay. What are you feeling in that moment when you see her?
Sick.
Okay, tell me what sick means.
Pain.
On an emotional level.
Guilt.
Okay, guilt.
Shame.
Shame. Okay.
Torment.
Torment. Okay, that's an interesting word. Okay, so with a piece like this, one of the challenging things to do from a performance standpoint, okay, because you have the benefit of having seen real people benefit. That's awful. You have the experience. Forgive my choice of words. You have the experience of actually seeing people experience this kind of trauma and this kind of loss.
Yes.
And that gamut of human emotions.
Yes.
For us who maybe haven't experienced that, and when you're doing it for a performance piece or TV film, or you're acting in a scene or whatever, there's a reality to ways that we still want to engage. Like, for example, someone's choice of grief could be to literally disconnect and go completely numb and emotionless.
Okay.
That doesn't play very well for 2 minutes on, like on camera or in a scene. So you take moments of that, but then bring in some other elements. So kind of what I'm getting at is, if you said you feel guilty, you feel shame,
Mhm.
and you're tormented. So
Yeah.
let's go on a journey to discover the torment, the guilt and the shame. The minute you see her, that's what you're feeling. Okay. What are you tormented by?
Seeing her laying in the middle of the road covered in blood and her body deformed.
And whose fault is it?
Mine.
Okay. So is there a level of torment that is your realization that you did this, that it's your fault, you did this, she's there because of you?
Yes.
Okay. Torment is a very graphic word, and to me feels like a gnashing or a fight or an internal, like, just kind of thing, versus guilt and shame. Those are all very different in how they manifest in us. So I want you to do it again. And I understand when you see her, give us that moment when you first set eyes on her. Okay.
Okay.
And this time, put her slightly off camera, not quite into the camera, but a little more to your right. Yeah. So look at the camera right to me, just the ever so slightly off camera. Yes, that's it. Okay, so when we talk about going off camera, it's a slight little position. You guys can see the difference between staring into the camera, which is a different experience as we watch it, versus a more typical TV film application, which would be just off of camera. Okay, so that's where I would place her. All right.
Mhm.
Allow yourself to experience the torment. At any point, are you angry at yourself?
Yes, I'm angry when God won't take me instead of her.
Okay. All right. Let me feel that. Let me understand that. So that gives us somewhere to go with this. So we have the guilt and the shame in the beginning when you first see her. And then now keep in mind, Christopher, this is the first time you are recounting the events. So it's going to take a minute for you to remember certain things, and certain images will flash in your brain. Like, you're thinking, then the wheels went off, and then we were spinning. Like, your pictures and images are flashing into your brain as you're trying to remember everything. Okay. So
Okay.
rather than it feeling like it's a series of events you've said before, help us to feel you rediscovering and re-experiencing this traumatic event as you remember it. Okay. And if you get mad at yourself, get mad at yourself. If you feel, self-hate, let us feel that. If you feel the deepest despair you've ever felt, let us feel that. Don't be afraid to give in, because it'll change as you go. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take your time, and then anytime.
Julie, she didn't want to go, She wanted to stay home with Lily. We just got her a week ago. I was up for that award, so I convinced her to go with me. She made me promise her one thing. She made me promise her that I wouldn't drink. Everything was going fine until I heard some of my colleagues start talking about me behind my back. Like they
I'm going to
always.
stop you. Don't bother to look at Julie. Go back. Everything was going fine. Just remember it. Forget. Don't look at her. You don't need to talk directly to her in these moments. Just let it all come back to you.
Everything was going fine until I heard some of my colleagues start talking about me behind my back. You know, like they always did. And then 1 whiskey, 2 whiskey, 3 whiskeys, I was drunk. And Julie said, "Come on, baby, let's go home." Taking care of me like she always has. Taking care of us. We walked outside. And it just started raining. She had the car keys. I somehow convinced her to let me drive. I put the keys in the car, put the ignition, turned on the ignition, put the car in reverse, and then put it in drive. We started down the road, and I reached over to turn the radio up. Our favorite song had come on. The tire went off the road, and I jerked the car to the left. We started flipping. I can still hear her screaming my name.
Okay, stop. Go back. Again, don't bother looking at her. Recount the story. Okay, the car is flipping. She's screaming. You're unexpected. The tires go off. It's chaotic. Okay, help me experience the chaos of that moment and of that all coming. These images are rushing back in your brain and rushing. The memories are rushing back. The images are rushing back. Help me to understand and see what you're seeing, what you're experiencing. Okay. I put the keys in the ignition. Start there. Go.
I put the keys in ignition. I put the car in reverse. Then I put the car in drive. We started down the road, and I leaned over to turn the radio up because our favorite song had come on. And a wheel ran off the road, and the car started flipping, and I could hear her screaming. And I woke up. I was under the water. I couldn't breathe. I reached over for her, and she wasn't there. I got out, and I swam back to shore. I heard her call my name. I heard my wife call my name, and I made it up the hill, and there my wife was laying in the middle of the road. Julie! 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 I begged God. Catherine, I begged God to save her. He didn't save her. He would not save her. Oh. She whispered to me, "Save your daughter, because I've never been able to save myself."
Beautiful. Beautiful, Christopher. Thank you, first of all, for going there. Thank you for allowing yourself to just go where your heart and your brain took you, that was transformative from the first take to the second. I felt the torment. I felt the chaos. I felt the pain. I felt such compassion for you. How did that feel different for you?
So the first one, I played it safe.
Hmm.
And the second one, I wanted to take your notes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you did beautifully. You let it go. We talk about that all the time. It's like flying without a net. You let yourself go and have it be something you didn't quite know or plan or predict.
Yes, it was.
And it was beautiful. Yeah. So someone's saying, yes, wow, amazing, Christopher.
Well, thank you
So,
so much.
yeah, it was beautiful. It can feel really scary at first because you realize, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can contain this or pull it back. But from a human standpoint and sharing with us an experience like that, that felt raw and it felt real. So really beautifully done, beautifully done. You took us on a journey, you made it personal. And I felt what was going on. So very nice work. Yeah, Christopher Miller saying nice work. Well done.
Well, thank you so much. For the
Awesome and bravo. So good job.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So Christopher, and if you guys noticed, your physiologically, you started breathing more heavily. Your body just followed from what was happening internally. Your physicality just followed. And that just adds that whole other layer to it. So good job.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
work.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice work. Okay, so you started us off strong, Christopher.
Thank you.
I'm excited. Yeah, see, everyone's saying it felt so real, and that's what we're trying to do, right? We're just trying to
That is
have
it.
real
Yes.
experience, right?
I could go vomit right now if you guys want to know the truth about it. I could literally go vomit.
Because it was so, yeah,
That's
yeah.
correct. Yes.
And that is the challenge as an actor, is that you do, in order to help us experience these things, you on some level experience the same kind of feelings and things. And that's hard as an actor. And that's something you do have to learn and be comfortable with, and kind of learn how to navigate that. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
2 minutes. Thank you so much.
I love it. Okay, awesome.
Night. It's awesome. I can't wait to see the next one.
Okay, awesome. All right, so our next one is someone who's with us most Tuesday nights, actually. Dear Robin.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Robin.
Hi. So I'm seeing a God moment, a God thing happening here by design. And you'll know in a second when you hear what my monologue is about following that one.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, just tell everyone who doesn't know you who you are.
I'm Robin Bierke. I've been acting for a number of years, decades. And so I do theater and filmmaking here in the hot Central Valley of California. And we have a great team here, and we do some really fun things, and we do church things too. So that's fun. I get to direct. And what I'm going to do for you is a character that's very dear to my heart. And her name is Louise. And this is from a play that I did, I can't believe, first did 10 years ago. And Louise is married to an oil man in the Central Valley in Coalinga, California. And she's approaching her husband, who is in grief at their son's grave because he was killed in a car accident.
Ooh, okay.
And my husband blames himself.
Okay. So, all right. Well, take your time.
Okay.
And then whenever you're ready.
Now You listen to me, Michael Dwayne Skaggs. What happens, happens. It ain't your fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't nobody's fault. It was just Charlie's time, and that's all. There ain't nobody, there ain't nothing that could have prevented it, because somehow, in the plan of things, Charlie was just supposed to be here this one brief time. And Charlie was a great boy, and he had great potential. But we got a lot of memories, and that's something a lot of people don't have. So we get up in the morning and we eat our breakfast. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Good. Very nice. Very nice. It's a good piece for you. Both this piece is good for you. Christopher's was good for him. And that's part of it sometimes, is choosing the right material for yourself when you're in a situation where you have a choice. Let me ask you a couple of questions, exploration questions. Did you ever, even for one brief second, blame your husband?
No.
Okay.
But I think that would be a useful perspective to have.
To play with that idea.
Yeah.
So let's bring in that layer
Okay.
of,
I
you
am
know,
resentful. Yeah. I
No, go
resent
ahead.
something. I am resentful of him, and it would be easier to bring that into it as the resentment than the fact that he's been sitting on the couch for a year not doing anything because he blames himself. So
Yeah. And it could be resentment at all of it. Resentment that this is what your life is right now. And that's a real resentment, right? Because he has a choice as to how he's going to process this. And his choice has left you literally alone. He's not a partner anymore. So you're grieving alone. You're going through this alone. And so bring in a piece of that to it. Let us feel a piece of that. Redeciding in that moment that you are going to let it go. You are going to let your resentment of him go. You are going to kick him in the butt, because that's what needs to be done. And you are just going to move on and live. Okay. Let's try this idea that you are going to move on and live. You're asking your husband to move on and live with you, but you're actually not sure if he will. But you're deciding you will. So this is a journey of re-forgiving, re-experiencing, and forgiving and moving on, even though you don't know what that looks like.
Okay. Now you listen to me, Michael Dwayne Skaggs. What happens, happens. It ain't your fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't nobody's fault. It was just Charlie's time, and that's all. There ain't nothing, there ain't nobody could have prevented it, because somehow in the plan of things, Charlie was just supposed to be here this one brief time. He was a great boy. And he had great potential. But we've got a lot of good memories, and that's something a lot of people don't have. So we get up in the morning and we eat our breakfast and we go on about the business of living. That's what we do.
Robin, that was so interesting. Oh, that was such an interesting take. How did that feel different for you?
It felt more specific in the moments of what his reaction was and what I was hoping and what I was afraid of. Yeah.
Yes, you brought in these layers of fear that didn't. And again, the first take was beautiful and could totally be its own version. But for the sake of kind of bringing in those layers, like Christopher just said, so many more layers. I felt, first of all, when you when you started to talk, and then you had to almost convince yourself to keep going and get the strength. That whole piece felt like an inner push and pull inside of you. It was beautiful. And when you said, so we get up, you said that with such like, damn it, we're going to get up in the morning. Yeah. And then the next line you said was such hope. Like, it was beautiful, Robin. Really, really nicely done.
Thank you. Thanks so much for the opportunity. I love this character. I love this monologue. I love the writer. And so to get to perform it this week unexpectedly was just such a blessing.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a nice one to have. Someone was asking what it's from.
The play is called San Joaquin Blues, and the author is Michael Lynch.
Okay, so there you guys know, another good monologue.
Yeah.
But don't do it at an event where Robin will be, because that'd be hard to compete with, because you just did a beautiful, beautiful job, Robin.
Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. So our next person, I'm actually we're doing these in the order that they emailed me, actually. So it just worked out well that way. So Corey, come on in.
Hello.
Hello. It's so nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm excited to see your work as well. So tell everyone who you are and where you're from.
Well, thank you very much for having me. This is an absolute blessing, so thank you. But my name is Corey Burdett. I live in Evansville, Indiana. It's southwest Indiana. Like, basically, you can see the Ohio River basically where we are, and Kentucky's over on the other side. And I've been acting ever since I was little. I did a lot of stage acting whenever I was younger, and then I kind of transferred more into film, and I've been doing it for about 5 to 6 years now.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, that's great. Well, you're starting off strong, because Don Overstreet says Corey is great. You've already got buddies and friends and fans, so that's awesome. Okay, so take your time, and you can start whenever you are ready.
Would you like me to talk about a little bit about the piece first, or you just want me to go into it first?
Let's go into it, and then we'll see what reveals itself as you do it.
Sounds good. I grew up right here in New Jersey, the first graduating class of Bayonne High, the only on-campus ice rink in all of New Jersey, class of 37. Go Bees! I never had much family growing up. My aunts Lulu and Gilly, they raised me. Well, they're gone now. I never even knew my dad. These guys are my family. And it's them I'm going to be leaving this next month. And, well, what better way to say goodbye to a bunch of mic jockeys than right here on the air? And tell them how much I miss them. And how I care for each and every one of them. You're my little brother. You're my big brother. You're my little sister, my big sister, my aunts and uncles. We really could have done without this war. Well, maybe next Christmas. Love you guys. And see.
Good, good. Okay, so you're obviously on the air, and where are you going?
So I'm going overseas. So the play doesn't say where I'm going, and also as a military person, you don't really tell people where you're
Right.
going just because of classified information and everything like that. But I'm guessing with the time period and everything like that, most likely Europe, considering where New Jersey is, it would make more sense for him to go to Europe as opposed to the Pacific.
So you're being deployed, basically.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And they all know, all the people in the room or that you're talking to, is everyone you're talking to and you're referencing, are they all in the room? Or are you also referencing some people who are probably just hearing your voice?
Yeah, so they're all on a stage, and so they're standing next to me when this is going on. So that's why I'm looking from side to side, because they're like right beside me. And that's when I'm
Okay.
trying to address them and everything like that.
Okay, perfect. All right. So the point at which you got angry about the war, so are you angry about being deployed?
So it's never really talked about in the show, but these players, like this group of people that he's done shows with for years at this point, they are his family. And this war, he's torn because the war is like he has his duty as a citizen to fight in this war, but at the same time, he's going to be leaving his family and he might not come back.
Okay. So when you're posed a question like that, this is one of those things where you decide. That's a question where there's a lot. When you get material, you get a scene or you get an audition scene, there's a lot of information that is not provided you. So you have to fill in those blanks. You have to be the one. Oh, shoot. Looks like he froze. Am I frozen or is he frozen? Come back. Come back, Corey. While we wait for him. Oh, I think we're going to bring him back. While we wait for him, I want to go back. Robin, there's so many people had great feedback for you, by the way. Okay, you're back.
We're back.
Okay.
All right.
So, when you get information or you get an audition scene or you have a monologue, there's a lot of information you don't know oftentimes. And so these are questions you have to answer for yourself. And the challenge is if you don't, then we don't know how you feel. It becomes ambiguous because you haven't made, when we talk about, you've heard the term make strong choices. What we mean is be kind of what Robin said, be specific, have a point of view, fill in all those blanks. Those are the strong choices, is filling in all of those blanks for yourself. And there's no right or wrong. So when I say, is he angry about being deployed? I'm literally asking you to explore the scene and explore what he's experiencing, not because there's a right or wrong answer. So think about it. Is he angry about being deployed?
I'd say so, because especially this time you also have the draft going on and everything like that too. So there's people that might not necessarily want to go do what they have to do, but they're expected to. And also Buzz, which that's the character's name, Buzz Crenshaw. He doesn't within the show. He's the Foley artist. He doesn't go on the air. Like, he doesn't talk on the air. He's usually doing sound effects and things like that. So this is a real chance for him to reveal what he's been thinking this entire show at the very end.
Okay. So he's not accustomed to speaking in front of people, which I got the nerves, and I got the like slightly uncomfortable feeling of speaking in front of everyone. If you've decided that he has a little bit of that he has anger about being deployed, I need to feel that at some point.
Okay.
I need to understand that. So you mentioned something earlier in that you said it's his duty. So is that why ultimately he's going?
Because especially in World War II, there was a lot of not necessarily a lot of people were expecting you to do it, but there was that underlying sense of helping out the United States in any way you could. So if you could go serve, you go serve. If you can't, you can do other things and things like that.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's okay. So what I'm trying to get at, Corey, is a little more of a personal, internal connection points. And I can tell you're very smart. I can tell, or I sense that you're someone who is very detail oriented. Maybe you like history, or you like, okay. But I care less about the details of all of that and more about his human experience. So let's just talk in those terms. When he starts, if he isn't someone who normally speaks, why is he speaking? Why is he doing it? Why is he speaking to these people?
Because at the end, well, at least in the show, at least at the end.
No, tell me, don't talk about the show. Don't talk about, tell me why you are speaking to these people. You as the character, why are you speaking to these people?
Because he wants to.
No, be the character.
Because I want to make sure that my voice is heard.
Why?
Because it hasn't been heard before.
Why is it important now?
Because it might not be heard. It might not have a chance to ever be heard.
What are you feeling? What are you feeling in this moment? Everything we do as humans starts with an impulse, a stimulus, a feeling, something first, and then we follow through. Good or bad, we follow through.
Mhm.
So you're off on the side doing your Foley stuff. Something is welling up inside of you. Why? What is it that you're feeling when you walk up to the microphone?
He feels,
No.
or I feel, sorry, I
Thank
feel,
you.
I feel that I feel very nervous about,
Okay.
because
Right. Nervous.
I don't know what to expect.
Okay. So he's
And
nervous. What else do you feel?
I feel happy to have
Happy.
happy to have my basically like my family
Your
on
friends.
stage with me,
Okay.
my friends on
Okay.
stage with me.
So you're nervous, but you're happy when you see these people around you who mean a lot to you.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm sad because of the thought of leaving the only thing that is secure, that is something I have grown accustomed to, and I'm leaving all of that to go overseas.
Okay. You're sad because you're leaving
Like
circumstances?
like
Like, make
leaving,
it more personal.
yeah,
Leaving
leaving,
Joe and Lucy and these people, like these connections. Make it
yes.
more personal. Okay. So the more personal you can make it, the more personal it will be to us. Okay. So what I hear you saying is you're nervous. When you step up to that mic, you're nervous. And the first thing you said is you're happy. So let us feel that gratefulness, that happiness that these people around you give. Okay. So
Mhm.
let that be the first sort of thing that you experience. As you stand there, then the next thing you said was then you feel sad
Mhm.
because you're realizing you have to leave these people.
Mhm.
Okay. So already it's more interesting because give us that moment of grateful and these people are amazing. And then the realization of, I have to leave them.
Yes.
Okay.
And
All
it's
right.
yeah. Mhm.
And then at some point, help us experience and understand that little bit of anger that there's a war at all, that you have to go do this, but then ultimately a decision to do the honorable thing, to do the right thing, because that goes to your character as a person.
Yes.
And so take us on that journey.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Make it, the more personal you can make it, the better. Look at the faces of these people when they're around you. Let it soak in. See their faces. Okay. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Go for it.
I grew up right here in New Jersey. The first graduating class of Bayonne High. The only on-campus ice rink in all of New Jersey. Class of 37. Go Bees! I never had much family growing up. My aunts Lulu and Gilly, they raised me. Well, they're gone now. I never even knew my dad. But these guys are my family. And it's them I'm going to be leaving this next month. And, well, what better way to say goodbye to a bunch of mic jockeys than right here on the air? and tell him how much I'll miss him and how I care for each and every one of you. You're my little brother. You're my big brother. And you're my little sister, my big sister, my aunts, my uncles. We really could have done without this war. Well, maybe next Christmas. Love you guys. And see.
Good, nice. Okay. I really like you took more time there as you looked in the face, like you're my brother, you're my big brother, you're my little brother, you took more time there. So it felt like you were talking to real people. And the one thing I'm going to say is be careful about is if emotion is an interesting thing. If in the story or in the scene it says he cries, but in the moment you're performing it, the tears aren't coming, like you're just not there, it's okay to not play crying. You don't need to try to make it happen or to pretend, because that is the difference between a stage piece and a film TV piece, right? On stage, you could fake crying just by the emotion that you gave your voice and kind of closing your eyes, and that would read on stage. But on TV film, it doesn't read as well. It reads more false. So I would encourage you to, whatever you are feeling, play that. Whatever is genuine, play that. You don't have to give yourself like, well, I have to cry here, because that's what it says in the script. But sometimes, I don't know, I'm sure you've been in a situation where you could do it 10 times and tears come and you cry 9 of the times. And then the 10th one, it just doesn't happen. But that's okay, because we don't need to see the tears. We just need to feel the intensity of that emotion, which we did. And so I just want to encourage you not to feel like you have to kind of push tears. Just use what's coming naturally and play that. Because just the way that you looked in their faces, I felt the appreciation and the love you have for them. I felt what they mean to you. And so that felt very honest and felt very genuine. So just go with what is happening and don't feel like you have to do something at a certain point, because that's what it said in the script. If it happens, awesome. If it doesn't, play what's naturally happening. And authenticity will be way more important than whether you have tears or no tears. Okay. Nice job. I think personalizing it is always going to be the way to go. Answering those questions for yourself, and for you, my dear friend Corey, getting a little bit out of your head with all those details and just break it down to the human experience, because that's what we watch. That's why we watch you. You have a very warm quality to you, have a very relatable quality about you. So you're already in the positive as far as that goes. I think you're the kind of person that we want to root for in a scene like this. Now, if you're playing a serial killer, I may not root for you, but in this scene, I'm already rooting for you, because you have just a very kind of, underdog, boyish kind of a quality to you that I find myself cheering for or rooting for. So know your strengths and use them when you have them. So I'd encourage you just fill in those blanks. And when allow yourself to fully inhabit the character in the I'm this, I'm experiencing this, I feel this way about that person, as opposed to it being disconnected with he feels this. Bring it in, take it internal, and allow yourself to absorb that and experience it. Good job. You have a great smile, like I said, a very warm quality. So that was very nice to watch you do that. Good job. Good work.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And those of you, Corey and Robin, go back and read everyone's wonderful comments about your work. Don't miss out on that encouragement, because your friends are definitely encouraging you and cheering you on. So I love that. All right, we have one last one. Hello. Maddie B.
Hi.
You're forever going to be Maddie B to me.
Well, I'm glad, because that's what everybody calls me my entire life. I got married and everybody was like, call me Maddie B. Okay.
I love it. Okay. Well, for everybody else's benefit, tell them who you are and where you are.
Okay. Hey, everybody. My name is Madeline B. Woods, but you are absolutely welcome to call me Maddie, or Maddie B, as most people do. I'm 25. I'm from Tennessee. I've been acting, just like mainly musical theater, my whole life. Got into film this past year, or 2020, end of 2025. And yeah, I just started kind of getting into the film, but I love it very, very much. So I got
awesome.
Bev and
Well,
Diego.
yeah, she's part of the Anthem family, which is great. I love that.
Me too.
Okay, well, you take your time, and whenever you are ready, go for it.
Okay.
Take your time.
Oh, I've been to a million auditions, and the same thing happens every single time, where I get interrupted because someone wants a sandwich, or I'm crying and they start laughing, or there's people in the waiting room and they're just like me, but they're prettier and they're better. And maybe I'm just not good enough. No, maybe I'm not. And maybe I'm one of those people who has always wanted to do it, but it's like this pipe dream, and I'm not actually supposed to do it. And then you said it. You said that it's just this dream that I have, and dreams change and you grow. And maybe I'm just one of those people, and that's okay. I can go back to school and I can find something else that I want to do, because I left it to do this one thing that I'm not supposed to do. And I've been doing it for 6 years, and I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, it's been 6 years and I don't want to do it anymore. So, yes.
Good. Nice job. Okay, so you have created a challenge because you're doing a scene from a very iconic movie. And those of you who have seen La La Land would probably recognize the monologue. It's a great monologue. The challenge, anytime you're going to choose material that has become so well known, and a performance that has become so well known, is to make it feel different. Now, I have to admit, I didn't feel like, to your credit, I didn't feel like you were doing a copycat version of Emma Stone. So right off the bat, I think there are some differences. The challenge for you, though, is you have a very Emma Stone quality about you. So there's oftentimes going to be that comparison. Yeah. So I don't know if I would choose this piece to be your kind of go to pull it out of your pocket in a minute, only because of that. Because the thought process might be that you're trying almost too hard to be Emma Stone by doing Emma Stone.
Really.
Does that make sense? But in and of itself, like just all of that kind of to the side about the performance itself, it did feel very different than Emma's version of it. Now, when you do a piece like this, you can change up the circumstances. I don't know if you did, but I know in the movie when this takes place and who she's talking to and all of that. So you tell me who you're talking to.
Family.
Okay.
Mom.
More specific. Okay. So in this case, you're talking to your mom. Okay. Why are you telling her this? How did this come up in conversation?
High school me. The dream is Broadway, and everybody wants to be on Broadway. And I'm leaving home, and the whole family is saying, you need a backup plan. This is not a good, straightforward plan for you. And I'm like, this is a great plan. New York, that's the goal. Well, I went. It's not going very well. I've grown, waiting tables, whatever, doing all the things. And it's time to go back home, because that's where I want to run to. But instead of being welcomed kind of like open arms, it's mom saying, I kind of told you so. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So how does the conversation, what does she say to you why do you even start talking? Does she ask you something, or is she just staring at you and you start the conversation? Like, what prompts this conversation specifically?
What prompts this?
What's the moment before, I guess, is what, we often talk about, like, what is the moment before the scene starts?
Yeah.
So what is the moment before?
I think the way I was thinking about it is, what she says is something along the lines of, for one, obviously I told you so, but for two, why do you keep trying? Is kind of like
so she just said to you, why are you doing this? I told you it wouldn't work. You should have had a backup plan.
Yeah.
Why are you even wasting your time anymore?
Exactly.
And to that, you say this line. Okay. Kind of like you say your first line. Okay. Yeah. All right.
It just unleashes like.
So what are you feeling so she's just said that to you? How does that make you feel?
So entirely frustrated.
Frustrated because
I feel like she's right. Like she's
okay.
Right in what she said years ago of
okay, so what does that mean? Frustrated because she's right, which means you're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, you can only play what you feel.
Yeah.
And you experience. You can't play what she feels and experiences. Yeah. So turn that to she's right, which means I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. So what does that make you feel like when you realize you're wrong?
Sad.
Okay.
Sad. It's all just like a mixture of emotions.
Okay. And you're sad because of what?
It's like, it just feels like it's ending.
What are you sad about?
Like the dream, like I'm giving up on myself.
Okay. All right. Now this is where we're talking about, it's really important that you give, we said it before, specificity, because, and I go back to the wheel of emotion a lot just because visually it works for me, but there's a million versions of sad, right? There's sad because you've lost something. There's sad because you're sad for somebody else, or you're watching someone else experience, like there's all different versions of sad. So that's why I'm asking these questions, to get to the next layer, which is you're sad because you're losing something, and the something is the dream.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a dream you've had your whole life, right? So it's not a minor little thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So let us feel the weight of that.
Okay.
Okay. And do you like being wrong? Okay. So I could imagine there's a little bit of a
Yeah.
bump up against the idea that, damn it, I'm wrong. She's right, which means I'm wrong. Little bit of frustration there.
Yeah.
So let's take it again, remembering what just happened. Okay. So I'll be your mom.
Okay.
Okay. What's the character's name?
Mia.
Mia. Okay. Okay. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mia, I told you. You need to have a backup plan. This wasn't going to work. I told you that. And now here you are. You're back home. We're in the same place. Like, it was a total waste of your time, Mia.
Mom, I've oh my God, I've been to a million auditions, and can I just tell you, I've the same thing keeps happening over and over again. Whether it's someone interrupts me because they want a sandwich, or I'm crying and they start laughing, and there's people in the waiting room, and they're just like me, but they're prettier and they're better at. And I just, okay, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not good enough. Oh, no, it's just, maybe I'm one of those people where it's something that I've always wanted to do, but it's actually just this pipe dream, and I don't actually get to do it, and I'm not supposed to do it. And you said it, it's just a dream, and dreams change and you grow up, and maybe that's me. Maybe I'm one of those people, and I'm growing up, and I can go back to school. I can find something else to do. And I mean, I left school and for this. So it's been 6 years, Mom. It's been 6 years. I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah.
Good. Just giving yourself that moment before totally changed the beginning of the scene. How did that feel different for you?
I actually, like, sometimes I can coerce the feeling to come when I'm starting a monologue, but then I actually felt it, like right
Yes.
at the beginning, I actually felt it. So
you came out locked and loaded. Like, you came out like this is how we want things to feel, especially in a scene where you're portraying strong feelings or strong experiences. You want it to feel like you're expressing what you have to express, because you can't keep it down. And so you went right into that. and there was an energy to it. And there was, yeah, Tanya Joy is saying, so great. Pacing changed everything. It totally did. Your thoughts were racing and you were trying to process at the same time and process what she had just said to you while you're trying to process your own thoughts. And then when you stop and say, I don't want to do it anymore, you slowly took us on this journey of letting it go. You know, you were fighting in the beginning, and then we watched you give up. We watched you give up on it. And the sadness, I felt the sadness of what that meant for you. So yeah, you guys do not forget the moment before. Do not underestimate how important it is to set that tone, the energy, whatever it is, before the scene really starts, before you even say a word. So that was really nice. What I felt like, Maddie, was that we were experiencing it right alongside of you for the first time, discovering, figuring it out, going through the process. That was great. Yeah. Grace says, I saw the frustration of being wrong. Yeah. When you said that, I felt it too. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Diego said, just watching Maddie perform right now is such a confirmation as to why I signed her. Such a beast. There you go. Good job, you guys. Great job, Maddie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Absolutely. Thanks for doing this. Absolutely. Well, that was fun, you guys. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I love it when we're doing coaching. Because I get to dive in with you guys individually and really talk about things and explore personally and uniquely how you find your throughway into a scene, or how we bring out, like I was talking with Corey, you know, how we utilize his strengths and kind of his natural kind of boyish endearment qualities. How do you take those things that are naturally you and use them organically in the work that you do? So this was so much fun. So Jonathan Swenson says, Beverly, I'm terrified of you as a mom. Oh, that's funny. Well, I don't have any kids of my own. I have two, I hate the word, I don't like the word stepchildren, because somehow that has, I don't know, but I have two kids now as a result of marrying my husband, and I love them. But I don't have my own kids, and it's probably a good thing. Oh gosh, you guys are amazing. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for doing this with us. We'll try to do more of them, especially. And thank you, Diego. I literally surprised him with this and put the post on Facebook without even calling him or telling him. So as always, Diego is the best, and couldn't do any of this without him. So yeah, love you guys. Great comments, all of you guys. And thanks for your encouragement of all of them. So next time, be watching for when I might post again and just arbitrarily say, hey, does someone want to do a monologue tonight? And we'll do this all over again. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. And it's a busy week for me, but always grateful for work that I'm doing. And so, and like Robin said, we're going to get up and we're going to have breakfast and we're going to live. We're going to go and live the life that God has put before us each day this week. So, okay. Love you guys. Think you're awesome. And I guess I'll see you next Tuesday for another Let's Talk Tuesday. Have a great Memorial weekend. And thank you to all of those who have served and who have family members who paid the ultimate sacrifice. So let's not forget what Memorial Day is really all about. So, okay. Love you guys. Have a great week. Bye.